Hey everyone, Matron here bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary and analysis. This time a game between Minigun, spawning as the red Protoss, and Lost, spawning as the blue Zerg. The map is Scrap Station, and as I'm looking into more Protoss builds to try, now that I'm sort of lower diamond level, and got there using mostly 4-gate, looking for some different builds, have been experimenting with 2-gate Robo, into 4-gate Robo or 3-gate Robo, and just really want to see what kind of variance there is out there. Been watching a lot of pro games at the IEM and MLG tournaments, so getting a lot of builds from those players, fast expand builds. I just cast a game where I try to fast expand build against Terran, but now I'm going to be looking at a Phoenix-based build against Zerg here. So Minigun is maintaining a thread on the Blizzard forums where he explains how he opens up in a lot of his games against the different races, and this will be an example of one of his Phoenix games. So Phoenix is something that I've tried a little bit before. It requires a lot of micro with the Phoenix, and I tend to really slip on my macro and building other units. You can do a lot of harassment with the Phoenix, but I'm just not able to keep up with the other parts of my game. So we'll see how Minigun handles it here. Scrap Station is an excellent map for this strategy, especially against Zerg. I've lost some games on this map just because of Mutalisk Harass is so strong, and Phoenix are a good counter against Mutalisk. So if I can try to master this strategy, at least I'll have something to do on Scrap Station here whenever I face Zerg. Looks like the Zerg is throwing down a fast expand, a 15 hatch, no spawning pool yet. Looks like we have a gas around 15 here for Minigun. Throw up the production tab. I'd like to see when he gets up these buildings, whether he gets a cybernetic score right away. Looks like he will. A little bit late there, but he starts up that gas quickly, and has a nice choke here. He could close that with a Zealot and probably a Stalker as well. I feel like the Zerg player is finally getting his pool and his gas. And once he gets this second hatchery up, I imagine he'll just drone up. So interesting to me is the timing of the second gas here. Looks like it's about 20, 21 for that second gas. And anytime you're going for a higher tech quickly, whether it's Stargate or Colossus Immortals, you want to get out that second gas up very quickly. Looks like the Zealot's coming first, in case there's any sort of Zergling run by attempted, and then the pretty standard Stalker second to try to ward off those Overlords. Our Zerg player Lost is getting up his 2 queens right now, so very standard Zerg opening here. Very macro type opening, especially on this map where the rush distance by ground is so long. It's like one Zergling is checking for any sort of cheese, proxy pylons. Now we do have that Stalker up, and it's going to be able to make sure to keep any Overlords out of the base. Also interested in where he puts this Stargate. Looks like he was able to throw it down on the right side here, so there's not going to be any scouting for the Zerg player. Also has a pylon on the left side here just to see any sort of drops or Mutalisks before they get into the mineral line. So it looks like as the Stargate comes up, he'll have enough gas and Chrono Boost saved up, as you see, as at least 3 Chrono Boosts, to start pushing out these Phoenix. The Zerg player is working on a number of spine crawlers, so he might be expecting maybe a 4-gate or a 3-gate push. But he's going to be really wrong here, as these spines aren't going to do anything against the Phoenix. No lair tech either yet, so no Hydralisks. It's just going to be these queens, and he just has the 2 queens right now. So first Phoenix is out. Looks like we have 2 more on the way. Making sure to stay ahead in pylons as well. So we have a double wall off with these Zealots. Zerg's throwing up another spine crawler, so 4 total here. Now I have 2 Phoenix out. Also interested in when he attacks these Phoenix. whether you're going to attack the one Phoenix, you could certainly take out this Overlord before it makes it back, but then you're sort of going to tip your hand about what you're doing. So do you want to have a certain number of Phoenix before you attack so that they just can't react in time? Looks like we have another gateway going down. Warp gate tech almost complete as well. So up to 3 Phoenix and a 4th on the way. Has yet to show his hand. So when these Phoenix come out, they're going to be able to take down these Overlords very quickly, doing 20 damage per shot. So 4 Phoenix, just 2.5 volleys will take out those Overlords. So here go the 4 Phoenix. Looks like we still don't have lair tech, so very late on lair. Just really droning up there. 8 drones coming out, and finally lairs going up. So it looks like these 4 Phoenix are going to be able to take down this Queen, possibly lifting off a second time. No, they don't even need to. The second Queen comes down. Looks like he did push out another Queen, so 3 total here. And I'd possibly even lift up this other Queen just so that it can't do any damage to my Phoenix here. See if he micros this Phoenix back. Now we have another Queen on the way out, and a lair as well, and an evolution chamber is going to be really late to try to get up any spore colonies. Right now, just the Phoenix doing tons of damage to the drones here. Could possibly be going after the Overlords as well. As you see a run by, somehow made it back by the Zealot wall there. So not really sure how that happened, but just continuing the harassment here with these Phoenix. See no more Phoenix coming out for minigun. He did throw down this fast expand though. So if you look at the Zerg player, he's not food capped. He's at 33 of 68. And these Phoenix should just be trying to pick off these Overlords at this point. Now 4 more Spore Crawlers coming. Looks like they're all coming over, well, 3 in the natural here. And it looks like he did a transfer most of his drones over to this natural. He's very saturated. And these Spore Crawlers are going to be able to do great damage against these Phoenix now. Taking down these Queens as they come out, and finally the Hydralisk Den comes out. 10 more drones coming out for Lost here, and then the 3 Hydras. So it looks like Lost has just transferred most of his units to this natural where they have Spore Crawler protection, burying the Spore Crawler so it's in better position. Minigun did clean up all those forces in his main and his natural. So if we look at the income right now, Minigun has the advantage, 40 Harvesters to 34. Again, every time a Queen comes out, it looks like these Phoenix are going to try to take it down very quickly. Not real sure about how this timing goes against a Zerg who goes fast lair. That was a really late lair. So be interested to see any games with the Hydralisk or Mutalisk coming out a little bit earlier. Now the Hydras are going to be able to patrol here. As we see that Minigun has done damage with these Phoenix, 5 kills, 2, 6, 1. So 14 kills total, and he also lost 1 Phoenix. I'd like to see him just search out for Overlords here, as this is going to side-cap the Zerg player. Another thing that interests me is, what do you do with these Phoenix sort of mid-game? After the Zerg player has gotten up their Queens, their Spore Crawlers, and their Hydralisks, as you can see, the Hydralisks are easily going to be able to focus down these Phoenix now. What do you do with these Phoenix? How do you keep them mobile and taking out Overlords, but also concentrate on macro with gateway units? So we'll see how Minigun handles that. Lost does not pull back his Overlords, something you'll commonly see from Zerg.